that question. I know, and you've made it clear on previous podcasts that you don't have too many friends. Yeah.
He's lying. That's my dog.
No, but see, look. Sorry, there's trickery in that, and
okay, more around the terminology though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I'm just saying. I know you said that
okay.
previously, but in regards to people that are around you, that you choose to have around you, recently, how often can you say that you've checked in on your people? Like, and when I say checked in, not like you said, Jay, not a hey, how you doing? How I've spoken to you a bit, like checked in, like on a deeper level.
Let me go. So, I don't necessarily make it clear about my thing with friends on purpose, because once people hear things, they start to get comfortable and take advantage of situations that they don't really understand. So I more see friends as family or tribe. So I know who's my family, who's my tribe, but some people have their different perspective on family and tribe. And once you kind of commit to that, they might start expecting things that you can't necessarily give because that's not how you see it. This is the thing, like, I'm here. I'm available. If someone needs me, I'm here. This is going to sound kind of bad, but I'm not going to feel bad if something happens to someone because we didn't have a conversation. That's not on me.
But like you're saying, your check-up or check-in with them is just different.
I'm here.
So if you constantly have conversations, you are still doing them.
Even if I'm not, but I'm here. If you don't feel like you can come to me, then there's something that we haven't got clear. Right. But at the same time, like, it is what it is. Like, I've never said to someone, get out of here. I don't want to hear you. Because I'm very expressive. I'm a talker. As much as I'm not. Do you get what I mean? So, whatever conversations that I'm supposed to have, I have. And if I'm not, then it don't scratch me.
So I've had, especially the last couple of years, like with my friendships, they've got a lot more deeper. I think the last 2 years especially has kind of created that space. But yeah, I'm like, and I don't really chase no one, but when I do know something's up, I respond. And I don't respond by talking. I think talking's not always helpful. I think sometimes just being there. I mean, over the lockdown and stuff, I was talking to my boys in a different way. But one of my boys, he's quite like, as soon as he gets an inkling, he's like, right, everyone come round, come to my cave. He's got a little cave and we have man talk. Like, yeah, we just have talk. He's like, this is your space, we play little card games, whatever, we're just talking. And we know, if you get into that space, if any one of us get an inkling, we're going to the cave and we're chatting and you're leaving it there. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you can go back out and we even sit and talk strategies. If you're struggling with your partner, right, what's the strategy? Can you stay in this? Can you not? Have you got a child? What does that mean for the child? We talk like that. So yeah, we've been doing that over this period as well, just kind of intentionally linking up, having conversations to keep ourselves, because obviously people don't know themselves. So what's happened is they've started to realise, right, I don't actually realise the person I'm with, or what I really enjoy, or all these different things, or I've not actually been looking after myself, or I have not been true to myself. So, but yeah, my boys, we've just been like my boys check up on me because they know I deal with a lot, and I used to wear the mask a lot. But I also, when I get an inkling, I check up on them, like, how are you doing? Or sometimes just, man, don't need to speak all the time. You can just show up, and we can sit in silence if you want. I'm cool with that.
See, I feel like you're in what I describe as my mask. People thinking, oh, you're strong. I feel like because how you are, you've always got like something wise to say, can happen to you. Does it happen to you?
Something every now and then that happens to me, where I get drained, and then I don't show up, and most people will be able to tell if they were aware. I think me and Anna had a conversation about it.
Was you going through that
one or two moments?
period when you dissociate yourself?
Yeah,
from,
because
like,
I
social
become
media
disconnected, and then because I've become disconnected, I go into rage me or whatever it is me, which is like you can see it because it's a different energy. You can feel it, and people kind of know because I'm so balanced and calm. Generally, they know when I'm off. They're like, "Oh, something's not right." But yeah, no, I definitely have that where people kind of come to, like I have it even when I'm telling people like, yo, I've got a lot going on. So I explicitly tell people now, like this is what it is, so you know. And they still try and come at me with like, can you help me? But it's, now I'm showing more of the vulnerable side where I'm like, I'm actually not okay. Now what do you do with that? Not a lot of people can, they don't know how to,
I want more.
They overthink it. They think, well, how can I help you if you help me all the time? Because all I need is space. All I need is time. I don't even need words.
Do you guys feel that sometimes someone being there for you is actually them not being there for you?
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, I'll give you space. Like, a lot of my friends have been like, you know what, bro, we know how you move. Have your time. We're not going to call you, none of this stuff. Because I'm not going to do no suicide thing. I know that much. Unless the devil gets me. But I'm not. So they know like, okay, well, we're not worried about him doing anything crazy, but we know that what he's like, he don't really want to be around. Like, I work my things out by myself. And then once I've done that, I then go back, I integrate to learn. Because then normally after that, it's normally like, okay, everyone I start linking with now, they're teaching me something. Oh yeah, maybe I need to take that on board. But it can be overlooked, and look how many people we see kill themselves. Who are like the helpers, happy, all of this stuff. So it's an important thing to think about, because sometimes we are doing it to kind of project so that to avoid people seeing our vulnerability. But I've learned that that's our strength as well.
Yeah, so I'd probably say that since losing my friend last December, I've probably been a bit conscious about doing the checking in thing a bit more. I wouldn't say before that I was like one to check in with people, because if you know me and you know what I'm on, anytime we talk it's going to be a check-in anyway. So we don't need to ring every so often and check in, because if I spoke to you throughout that year or we bumped into each other, we knew that it was all about development and our development. Because I think for years that's all we've really been on, is kind of like looking at life as life, survival, and how serious the thing can be. So it's in any like that's what I've been about. So I'm not really into the small talk and the chit chat. Well, I am to help pass the day, and like I like banter and stuff, but we are about our progress and our development. So I didn't feel the need to check in with people or my friends, because we're having meaningful and powerful conversations anytime we talk. And if it's 4 or 5 times a year that we have that, then so be it, because that's what we needed. And iron sharpens iron. So yeah, I think since losing that close brother of ours, I think that maybe the stance has changed a bit. Even though we're all about progress and empowering each other, you could miss something.
Do you feel supported? Do you feel like you've got your...
Extremely, yeah. I feel like if ever I've ever needed anything, which is quite rare, because I'm someone who just likes to. I felt like I've been a man for maybe God knows how many years, a decade plus. Maybe a young man, and then growing up into the different stages of becoming a man. But for me, that means that to stand on your own too. So that's what I've been trying to do. But of course, there's been times, there could have been times of need, and then I definitely have felt supported. Yeah, I definitely have got a good network of friends and a good network of people that if I ever needed something, they're there. And I think what I do need, and what I have needed over the times, is conversation from them. Is someone to bounce off and sound like speak things through with, and that's been there. So we give thanks that that's always been there.
That's beautiful to hear, because that narrative is not out there. Like, I don't hear people like us talking about, I've got a support network that actually supports me. they always put in this programming around, oh yeah, you lot don't stick together and all this thing. We've got examples.
Yeah, men don't talk.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's beautiful.
Listen, a lot of us would have either gone crazy or would have been in jail if we didn't pick up the phone and say, yo, cuz, imagine just happened. I'm gonna like swear, and it's in that person there. It's in that next conversation. It's in the next few lines that they say determines the outcome, and it's the right people that I'm calling most of the time. So what is coming back, it's giving me. I'm like,
yeah. Like you said, that's knowing your support group. So you
for
know
you're
which
calling.
person you need to pick up.
Yeah, for no.
Pass that story.
Because I've got it wrong in the past, and I've called thinking like, yo, cuz, imagine.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's just like, what? No, do you know what they're doing? You can't have that. And you're all sweating in your house, it's getting worse. Things are getting a lot worse, and like now you're going out to do a madness. They're not coming with you.
No.
They've just fueled the fire, and they're watching with the binoculars, seeing how it all got on. Like,
and they'll pull you back.
so you got, and these times they're picking up the phone, thinking that this is the friends. What you know? That's why I understand why Ant is where he is at, because man's thinking that these are my friends. You have to learn these ain't your friends.
That is hard to do though, because little story. My brother, when he's in a rage, he calls me, so I have to switch up between. That's my little brother. Someone's upset him. Like, yeah, that's right. Between, no, just calm down. Like, it's fine. It's not worth it. And I'm just like, it's a battle for someone who cares about you to be on that. So I don't think it's always about.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a friend who I will call him, and if I'm in a real dark place, I'll let him know, and he will know. He just picks up on the cue, but he challenges me. So he's not a yes man. He'll be like, how do you know in your mind you're right?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He'll be like, well, let me be devil's advocate just for a moment so I can understand.
But is he careful with it?
Yeah.
Because you see, the type of person you're dealing with, if you're putting someone in distress and they're challenging you want to tell them to.
Yeah, but
Do you know what I mean as well?
we know each other, right?
Yeah.
And I know him, he knows me, and I know where the intention is. The intention is, I need you. So, like for instance, with his children,
You do that.
he does the same thing with his kids. He'll be like, I need you to understand something. I want you alive and well.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with the police, there's emotional responses which can kill you or get you hurt, or there's a logical response will keep you alive and will be a short-term situation, but will work on the long term. Things like that.
You need that.
The way he's talking with his kids, he's
definitely
getting them to strategically think how we deal with these people, rather than be like, because we only have one response. They have multiple levels. So the way he's thinking is survival, but also strategy, which is what they do on us. They have a strategy for growth. We don't have a strategy.
And that's what I'm saying. Not everyone has privilege of having people like that around.
That's it. But what happens is when that happens to me, I pass it on, or I'm able to articulate what I'm getting, and he's able to do it to other people. You emulate that, and that's what the community. But the problem is we don't hear about this, where you've got different people saying, "Yo, I've actually got a good support network."
I don't want to sound unique or different or whatever, but like the answers for the most part come to me, and I feel like I've got a pretty good idea of what it is, and you know, I act accordingly. I feel like I've always got like, say, one individual that I can vent to, that I need, and it's usually a woman, because I know that she genuinely cares about me and genuinely wants me to be the best that I can be, even if it's in conflict with her.
So is this one in particular, or throughout life, it's been a woman?
It's always been women.
Do you think that's more to do with balance?
Yeah.
I think so. I can't say that it's like a conscious thing. I can't say like it's something that I like consciously go towards.
I would say women hold space better than men.
So you can bring all conversations to a woman.
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
I don't feel like it all that
What
stuff
conversation-
works.
Obviously not, but like, if you're talking about like, so say like, oh yeah, I'm fucking on someone else, then that's not necessarily a conversation. No, you can if it's done in the right way. So you wouldn't necessarily have to say that to her if you told her that this is what your plan was prior. Do you get what I mean? But obviously you wouldn't do that because you're cheating, if that makes sense. But what I'm saying is people are stuck in their ways. And they can only come from the place that they're at. So as much as they have answers, they don't have the answer, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I'm a person of strong knowing that what's for me is for me. And I don't ever really doubt the process. And there's not many people that I have around me that know what I need. So I'm not a person that needs advice. I need someone to listen.
Yeah.
I think most of us don't need advice.
That's what it is. A lot of us need someone to listen.
Yeah.
But also be able to tell me, do you know what? You're kind of looking at that a bit foggy, but they won't necessarily have to because I'm coming to them, expressing it in a way where I'm saying, I don't know, but this is what I see. So I basically come for clarity. A lot of people, or most people that I know, or that I knew, they ain't got that skill.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of trust in the process of going through whatever it is that I'm going through and getting the answers. I mean, I am where I am and I know what I know. So it hasn't really stirred me wrong. So as much as I do think that it's so imperative that us as melanated men have a network of people that we can speak to and stuff, you know, as I said, I don't feel like men are as deep as women. And I don't think that men are really capable of holding. I'm not saying all men, but just based on what I know, you know.
Do you think it's that men aren't capable so much, or do you think it's just that because of the way they've grown up with society projecting certain things that they feel they're capable?
There's this thing of I'm a man, and men are supposed to act in this way. Men are so soft. When a man expresses it and says, no, but this is how I genuinely feel, if it doesn't align with that prehistoric man mindset, you're too soft.
Yeah, vulnerable.
So,
Or you're mocked.
or you're vulnerable, or you're this, that, and the third. Like it's not the space to get it off. Now, as much as it may be a way that, as much as it may be the way a man is feeling, it's not necessarily his true feeling. He's just trying to understand what it is.
Yeah.
Why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
But, you know, people can't look past the physical. They look at the program and say, you're soft. Nah, I'm just expressing how I feel.
He's mad.
It seems like for the man, they only accept a few emotions from him. Happiness, anger, people, they're the ones they're used to seeing. If there's anything else...
Ambition, determination,
all those
and
ones.
getting it done, and
Anything else, they're like, oh, we're not
all
too
this
sure
type of stuff.
what that one looks like, or if
But
we
then
should.
now,
You shouldn't cry too much.
now,
You can cry, but not
now,
too much.
we're in the space of mental health and men. Don't act like you man care. Paul speaks about intention, and that's a thing that you can't fake. So there's something that you actually have to get access to within you to actually project that. And I know what this thing is. I'm not getting that from you lot. But as I said, it hasn't necessarily stirred me wrong. I don't think anyway.
So it's a case of just different experiences.
Yeah.
Because Jay is a man that I feel like holds space.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is some of the things that we were dealing with when we were younger, and I was bringing it to certain women, maybe family members, mum, aunties, they wasn't understanding or relating to it. So man, I had to go off and talk to the brothers who might be able to understand what I'm actually trying to explain here.
It's experience.
Yeah, I was realizing, and I started to realize I was getting older. There's, like Ant said, there's no one who could advise me on anything actually when I'm starting to get to a certain age. Because man or woman, doesn't matter. This is my life I'm living, and you lot are going to come in with your perspective, and I'm just not going to see it. You're not going to see it my way anyway. And then you're advising me, sometimes without the full picture, because they can't understand it. I'm just like, oh, this is getting messy. I should never even say anything. So I learned.
You're so right. I think you're right, because there were them people that I had around, and it was like, I ain't getting nothing here.
Nothing.
But I was lucky enough to have certain women around me that could be like, yo, and from my perspective as a woman, this is what it is. And obviously they can come from they can step out of their feminine and be like, do you know what? I get what that is, but at the same time, there's this. And there's not many people that can separate,
100%.
step out, and have a logical conversation with you.
There's
But I had a few of them. I think I always have.
I think for even as women, I think there are certain things, like you said, growing up, I think there's the intergenerational as well. So if you are trying to speak to the elders, over the generations, things have changed. So I think even as us women now, us speaking to certain aunts, grandmothers, and our elders, there's certain things that we're like, oh, yeah, never mind, you won't get it. Because times have changed now.
Yeah.
But so it's them being stuck in their era of learning, us being in ours, and then you as yourself.
Sorry, just to end, like, we've got the answers.
Yeah, we've been asked.
We've got the answers, we just don't know that we've got
This
the
is
answers.
it.
We don't know that
it.
our path is our path. Like, we've been taken off course
100%.
and sent in another direction. And this is the thing, the people who you have around you is God in your face, giving you information, like helping you along your journey. Like, the idea of God has blessed you with these people, and they're giving you information.
Yeah, I think that they've made us doubt ourselves so much. That's the reason why we're putting in these calls to another human being that's not you. Although it is, like, I definitely champion us as a community. Iron sharpens iron, the right hand washes the left. I'm always going to keep saying that, but yeah, we don't look within enough, and we look outside for the answer when we know the answer. But I think it just made us doubt our own thoughts a lot. Maybe even being the black community as well. It's like, no, they don't know what they're talking about. They're wrong. No, they're just thugs anyway. So it's like you're always trying to. It could be the simplest thing. Like, yo, cuz, is it sunny today? Like, it's definitely sunny. You didn't need to ring me to ask that. But they're making you doubt. It's actually crazy the things that people doubt about themselves or about the world or about whatever it is. You know?
And I think the beauty of kind of having the right circle or tribe is that they bring you back to yourself. So they hold the mirror up and be like, okay, now look at yourself and do you believe it? Kind of thing.